Tonight, we look into whether bylaw enforcement has been more effective in the city since receiving defensive tools. Plus, changes to the federal temporary foreign workers program could cause problems for Prince George restaurants. And the huge junk in the trunk garage sale is returning this weekend. Good evening, I'm Eddie Huband and welcome to CKPG News. We begin tonight with civic news. 1 year after pepper spray and batons were issued to bylaw enforcement officers, a report to council says that officers feel more confident and better prepared to handle their daily duties. Adam Burles has more on how the implementations are working.
Back in July of 2023, Council received a report in relation to bylaw enforcement officers being issued defensive tools, including pepper spray, a baton, and a set of handcuffs for them while they were on patrol. And until that time, the only piece of protective equipment issued to officers was a protective vest.
Our employees' safety is the number one priority for the city council. And so the bylaw officer, when they're doing their job, as the situation on the street becomes more and more complex.
Since the new tools have been issued, employees throughout the department were asked about the changes, and employees said that they feel more confident and better prepared to handle their daily duties in a safe manner.
Luckily, we never have to use it once, but the bylaw officers feel that the training they receive for using some of the devices, as well as just gives some sense of personal safety.
The mayor says that bylaw enforcement officers face a lot of unknowns and uncertainty on the job, and by having these defensive tools, they are safer and better prepared.
They have to deal with mental health, drug addiction, as well as people who have no homes. It's wandering around, carrying a lot of stuff in the buckets and whatnot. And so we don't know what's in there. We just don't have the background information. So have these protective force gear with them is a good thing.
The next step is to standardize policy, the current training and equipment as standard and required for officers working for the City of Prince George. Adam Burles, CKPG News.
The fate of forestry has been in the news a lot lately with mill closures and layoffs, and it has many thinking it's time to rethink how we do business in this region and the province. Cheryl Jan reports.
In 2017, massive wildfires decimated hundreds of thousands of hectares of forest land in the Chilcotin.
One of the biggest fires, a couple fires in our territory in the Chilcotin, the Plateau Fire and the Hansville Fire. I mean, that was 800,000 hectares. And, we're seeing more of that throughout Canada and BC and Alberta mostly.
Leaving behind what would appear to be useless timber, mere blackened shadows of a forest, but not so fast.
We feel we're obligated to utilize and to rehabilitate these stands so they can, become more productive forests, for future generations. But at the same time, it's a lot of benefits for wildlife and the small critters.
Forestry has been part of Percy Guichon's life for years, starting as a tree planter, and much has changed in those subsequent years, especially the stewards of the land.
One of the big differences today is a lot more First Nations within BC are involved in the forest management sector, and a lot of the communities have their own forest licenses.
And it's something one local longtime forestry advocate agrees with. However, some things need to be considered.
We have to use different equipment and a different approach to harvesting that material rather than the same old going in with these big pieces of equipment. But the science, and in fact, there's quite a few studies that support that. So we need to look at that as we move forward and say, how do we do this without damaging it for the next 10 or 20 generations down the road?
Mike Morris agrees forest policy needs a facelift, and for Guichon that means clearing up some challenges. With potentially a new government setting up in Victoria, though, there are opportunities. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.
Changes to the federal government's temporary foreign workers program are already being implemented today, which restricts the amount of foreign workers in a business and what it can bring in. The intent behind this is to promote hiring local workers and prevent situations of foreign workers being unfairly treated. but the BC restaurant industry could face big staffing challenges as a result. Tommy Osborne has more on what's in store for the restaurant industry.
Canadian businesses will be seeing less foreign workers as changes to the temporary foreign worker program were implemented today. Under this program, businesses now face a 10% cap on workers as opposed to 20% before, and can only work 1 year compared to 2, among other changes, which could create challenges for restaurants.
We're about 20,000 people short in the industry. And, you know, when you talk about culinary schools, you're talking about hundreds of people. There's not thousands of people.
Some Prince George restaurant owners say dine-in locations likely won't be heavily impacted, but fast food could suffer quite a bit. As for other northern BC communities, this could pose big challenges.
Smithers comes to mind as a prime example where the labor market is quite a bit different. There's a much smaller talent pool, so you end up, having to depend on programs like this a lot more.
How can the industry respond? Tostenson says it could lead to simpler menus and less hours open to navigate less staff, as there's no immediate solution to address these foreign worker cutdowns.
There's no Canadians to hire. So, and it's going to take years. And then he goes, well, just invest in training. It takes years to become a competent cook and chef.
These program changes were made in large part due to a United Nations report calling the program a breeding ground for contemporary forms of slavery, due to reports of workers being mistreated under the program. However, Tostenson calls this an irresponsible statement.
We have employment standards, we have human rights codes, we have all these different protections for workers.
Foley is concerned these temporary foreign worker program scalebacks don't even address the chief concern of abusing international workers. As he explains, a worker is tied to their place of employment, so even if they're being treated poorly, they can't just leave and apply elsewhere.
I'd much rather see the government crack down on those bad actors than to kind of put blanket rules on other business owners that actually rely on the program and treat these folks with dignity and respect.
While the cutbacks have good intentions, it's possible our restaurant industry may unfortunately suffer under rules the industry believe will only make life harder. Tommy Osborne, CKPG News.
Independent candidate for Prince George North Caribou, Coralie Oakes, is calling for the establishment of a veterinarian school at UNBC. Oakes says that you can't get a Doctor of Vet Medicine degree in BC and that Northern BC needs large animal vets that can assist ranchers. The longtime MLA says that the notion that Canada's third largest province can't produce a single vet is an embarrassment. Only 5 universities in Canada grant a DVM, including the University of Saskatchewan and the University of Calgary. The City of Prince George is hosting its 12th annual International Students Welcome event tomorrow at Canada Games Plaza. It begins at 4 p.m. and the event is free for all international students. It'll have live music, cake, and organizations around to help students orient themselves about the City of Prince George and learn what resources are available. About 150 to 200 students are expected to attend, and the city says it's happy to see so many students of a wide variety of backgrounds be a part of our community.
The message is come and we want you to stay. We are happy to have you here. We want you to feel welcome and we want you to enjoy your time as a student. And we do that by having this event and giving them a chance, that opportunity to embrace themselves into the community and feel welcome, that we're happy that they're here.
As the saying goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure, and that will certainly be true when the twice annual Junk in the Trunk event goes down this Saturday. And this time there's a little bit more to it. Cheryl Jan reporting.
Twice every year, hundreds of people converge on the CN Centre parking lot to check out what other people are willing to part with.
Since 2012, we've been offering it twice a year, spring and fall. It's an opportunity for residents that are apartment dwellers or in an area where you might not have a lot of foot traffic to have a garage sale, yard sale, so that people can reduce their waste going to landfill, make a little bit of money, and learn about upcycling.
Right in this parking lot where I'm standing will be the Junk in the Trunk event. It's the large garage sale, but across the way over there will be another event as part of it, where you can take those things in your household that you just can't recycle.
We have a number of stewards that are joining on board with us, so courtesy of the regional district, that they come on board. So we have tires, we have thermostats, we have batteries, we have outdoor equipment, we have electronics, and we have outdoor electric power tools.
The Regional District of Fraser-Fort George runs the landfill operations all through the district, including the Foothills landfill, where all the City of Prince George rubbish is destined. Diverting those unrecyclable items is welcome.
These are the items that when they end up in our waste stream, they can actually be really problematic. So, you know, there's different stewardship agencies, like you can bring your oil and your antifreeze back to, you know, various locations around town, the Foothills site, the Quinn Street site, the Vanway site. But things like tires on rims, this is the one opportunity that residents have to go to this location, bring us their tires on rims.
REAPS hosts 2 of these events every year, and they're pretty much the same, except
Well, people are doing spring cleanup, so it's always quite busy. And then fall cleanup, people are getting ready for winter. And we have Christmas coming up, so it's an opportunity for people to reduce what they have in the house and find a new home for it. So we have 125 stalls. The only way you can register is going through eventbrite.ca.
Junk in the Trunk and all that happens with it runs from 9 a.m. to 1 in the afternoon on Saturday. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.
The lowest gas price in Prince George is sitting at $1.54.9 a liter at Costco. The lowest price in the province right now is in Dewdney at $1.46.9 per liter. Manitoba currently has the lowest fuel prices on average in the country at $1.28.8 a liter, while BC has an average price of $1.64.0 per liter.
CKPG Sports is delivered by Domino's. Join the Domino's Lunch Club with 25% off all regular price pizzas every day. Visit domino's.ca to join the club.
Mark Lamb is already going for it. The Prince George Cougars completed a trade today with the Spokane Chiefs. The Cats picked up 19-year-old goalie Cooper Michaeluk in exchange for a 5th-round pick in the 2027 WHL Prospects Draft. Michaeluk has played in 71 games for the Chiefs. He has a record of 21, 34, and 6. Last year, he was 12, 13, and 3 with a .449 goals against average and an .871 save percentage. In 2 playoff games last year against Prince George, he went 0-2 with head coach Mark Lamb saying the trade satisfies the Cougars' need for depth in goal to share duties with starter Joshua Ravensbergen. The TSX is up 128 points to close at 24,034. The Dow Jones is up 260 points to close at 42,175. And CN Rail went up $1.22 to close at $157.30.
Good evening again, everyone. An unsettled one today right across most of the region as we were dealing with that next system. But yes, we are looking at a bit of a break heading into most of the weekend, at least for many areas around our region. Here's a look back at the satellite clouds, showers. We still have the potential for a few showers lingering into parts of tomorrow. But the real story now will be the wind that's going to kick up. We've seen some gusts today, a little breezy in some parts, but certainly going to be a southwest wind that'll be really gusty tomorrow through the afternoon hours. So we'll show you on the Futurecast what we're in for. This is our Thursday night. Still some showers in the mix. Friday as well, maybe a few showers here and there. And then clearing out through the afternoon. We do have some sunshine to enjoy for some parts of our day tomorrow, but it will be quite windy out there overall. So here's a look at what we're in for. 14 for temperatures, 14 for Prince George. Cool and wet up in the Peace tomorrow. It'll be nice down through the southern interior, Okanagan, south coast as well. Even in through much of Metro Vancouver starting to brighten up after a bit of a unsettled last couple of days. Our broadcast region has kind of a mixed bag of weather to it, that's for sure. So we do have some sunshine still potentially there as we see breaks in the clouds, but we do have a chance of showers as well. So it will be not too bad for our Friday, but it will be windy. 12 degrees Vanderhoof, 11 Burns Lake, 17 Quesnel. We'll sit at about 14. So not a bad temperature trend in many areas. It's nice and bright across most of the country. This is beautiful, actually. 18 in Vancouver, sunny sky. Edmonton as well. Much of Alberta seeing some nice sunshine for your Friday. It is still going going to be warm and the winds will ease off in Regina, 27 degrees for a high. Sunshine as we go further east as well. Along the Maritimes, bit of a different story. There's wet weather over there, but everywhere else pretty much is enjoying a really nice fall day for Friday. Sunshine for our weekend is certainly possible. We are anticipating most of the instability to be sort of pushed on out, and we've got some nice sunshine. It won't be for all areas of the region, but definitely for a lot of us. A bit of a cooler trend, though, in terms of temperatures, and you'll see the overnight lows really dipping down in Burns Lake. Tonight, 3 degrees with rain, but overnight tomorrow, -3. So very different story in terms of the overnight temperatures starting to change. Friday's forecast, though, will be mostly cloudy with a few showers. We've got some sunshine in our graphic for you just in case. Saturday, overcast skies. Sunday looks like it'll be the sunniest of the bunch. Mackenzie, 4 overnight tonight. Rain and drizzle in the forecast tonight. You've got a breezy day tomorrow with a little bit of that rain left over for the morning hours. Should be clear in the afternoon, though. But yes, the winds will continue through the day. A cooler trend on Saturday, mostly cloudy and a few sunny breaks in there. McBride, 5 tonight, mostly cloudy, a few showers still possible, and that will linger into parts of your Friday, but still going to have some brighter skies later on into the day, and it does cloud over a little bit for the weekend there. Quesnel as well, Saturday, overcast skies, 13 degrees. Tomorrow, a bit of a brighter forecast in store, and the same for Sunday, although a few morning showers are possible. And for us as well, it looks like lots happening in our 7-day here, but we are looking at a few showers tonight, 6 degrees, 14 for our high tomorrow. We will see some sunshine, but the real story will be the wind. So just be prepared. It will be quite a gusty day out there, a few showers potentially as well here and there, and then a drier weekend ahead.
CKPG Sports is delivered by Domino's. Join the Domino's Lunch Club with 25% off all regular price pizzas every day. Visit domino's.ca to join the club.
Starting the season off with 2 wins and just 1 loss, the Prince George Spruce Kings will be hosting their home opener tomorrow at Copar Memorial Arena. The Kings will be battling against the Coquitlam Express, who currently sit undefeated, but it is early in the season. Pre-game festivities will start up at 5:30 p.m. with an outdoor barbecue where the first 100 fans will get a free hot dog thanks to MP Todd Doherty. Afterwards, Inland Truck and Equipment will be selling a hot dog and drink combo for just $5. Tickets are available for the game online. The record books continue to be rewritten in the MLB, and tonight's CKP3 showcases some of the incredible milestones that have been hit and the continued pursuit of history for others as the season continues to wind down.
Aaron Judge is a CKP3 staple as he always delivers big hits.
3-2. High fly ball, deep left center. Cowser back, track, wall, see ya! A 3-run home run for Judge.
That's his 4th game in a row with a home run and 57 on the season. Not only is he getting closer to being just the 3rd player ever with multiple 60 home run seasons, this home run gave him 140 plus RBIs in a single season, the first to do it since 2009. But Judge wasn't the only Yankee rewriting the books.
Drill deep to right field. There it goes. See ya. There's the home run Coney was talking about.
Juan Soto's 41st home run of the season gives him a special place with the Yankees, as only Babe Ruth way back in 1920 has had more home runs in a player's first season with New York. At just 25 years old, Soto is already looking like a young legend who will most likely only get better with experience. A scary thought for the rest of the league. And of course, we can't talk baseball without mentioning Shohei Ohtani.
For insurance, there goes Ohtani. No throw, stolen base 56.
It's not too often a stolen base makes the highlight reels, but this was his 56th of the season, tying him for the most in a season by a Japanese-born player. He's also the only player with 50 home runs and stolen bases in a season, and with 53 home runs on the season, he could also be the only one with a 55-55 by the time the season ends. In tonight's CKP3.
All right, that's our show, folks. Thanks for joining us. As always, Caden Fanshaw, he is up next with the Today Show. Tommy Osborne at 6:30. I will see you tomorrow. And remember, boys and girls, great moments are born from great opportunities.